usually like to fly in front of the plane. It's like my first time technically to be all the way at the back of the plane. Our flight was around 4 a.m. in the morning. Terminal 2 is where the departures are being done for specifically Philippine Airlines. What's nice about this is they have a drinking station for you to grab some warm and cold drinks. But surprisingly, the airport was so busy despite it being super early in the morning. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Just want to stand here? In the front here? Oops. Or here. To get to our plane, we had to take a quick shuttle which lasted for only about 3 minutes. When traveling around the Philippines, I noticed that we always seem to take smaller planes. I remember taking something like this going to Boracay and Palawan. Our final destination will be Bicol over at Legazpi. We chose this destination because the travel requirements are very minimal. To compare flight prices, Philippine Airlines came out more cost efficient than Cebu Pacific, and I'm very happy flying with PAL. Hi! I usually like sitting in front of the plane because for me there's less turbulence. But in this case, our seat was 23B and I thought we would be somewhat in the middle, but it turns out this is actually the last seat of the plane. Bear in mind, the storage here is very small and narrow, so bring a smaller hand carry. Good morning. Good morning. This is the last one.
We expect to cruise at 91,000 feet. For your safety, keep your seatbelts fastened, masks on, welcome aboard.
Time for takeoff. Lights are gonna go dim.
plane, which
Kind of like a little bit excited and
At this
nervous.
point, we're waiting for one more joining passenger. Thank you.
I really like to fly in front of the plane. It's like my first time technically to be all the way at the back of the plane. And this is the culprit of why he chose the best seats in the house. And Eddie calls it character building. I don't know. It's more like... Okay, so we're actually ready to take off, but we're waiting for one special person who hasn't boarded the plane. It's kind of like holding us in terms of our flight schedule, but we'll see who this special person is. It's delaying everyone. So I would say our capacity for this plane is technically full. Well, almost. Maybe I'm only seeing... There's full. No, there's like only about, I would say like 5 pair seats. 5 or 6, but... So let's say like, to my standards, it's pretty full. It's a full... No, I think it's a full plane. And what the phone?
Filipina welcomes on board. We are in 33291 bound for the gas. Our pilot in Dubai is Captain. My name is Amara, the first officer about Vista. Our flight time is approximately an hour. We shall be cruising at an altitude of 21,000 feet. We shall not be showing you the safety features of this aircraft. The doors will be bound throughout the cabin. There should be access heavy behind you.
Having said that I normally take the front row seats of the plane, one thing nice about the last row is that you get to see the full extent of the cabin. Being by the window, you also get to enjoy the beautiful sunrise. Personally, I do prefer takeoff than landing. It gives you that adrenaline rush. I also like seeing the details of the plane when the wheels go back up. Just finished my biscuits. I think one thing I noticed, if you're wanting to fly in this flight, going to Legazpi, and you're wanting more leg room, I didn't notice any, I don't know, premium economy or I guess business class. First of all, the flight is only about an hour long. Is it an hour? An hour and 20 minutes. So our plane is very comfortable. We have enough leg room. I mean, we're not that tall. We're not like more than 6 feet long. But it's just a little heads up if you're wanting that leg room. This specific plane won't have it, but if you take the very first seat, like literally the first closest to the pilot, then I think that's your only chance of getting a lot of leg room for this flight. Time for a quick tour of the entire plane. Let's go head on to the toilets. And these are the front row seats I was saying if you prefer to have a lot of leg room. It's a very cozy, I would say cozy bathroom, but it works anyway. Our last travel was right at the start of the pandemic, which was January 2020. We were coming back from Palawan, but also we were told that was where COVID started in the Philippines. If you check out the plane, I would say it's about 99% full. Check out all the people on this flight. Everyone is heading to Bicol. And we are so excited to land at the Bicol airport. This is our last row seat. Being on the last row, I thought that we would be served first since we were closest to where the cabin crew were seated, but we were actually served last, which is fine. At last, we get to travel again after all these COVID restrictions. Bicol, here we come. I hope you stick around with me in my next video as I will show you what it's like landing at the Bicol airport. See you, bye!